Hello and welcome to Prudent Media News. Now a look at the headlines. Thursday to be a big day for Congress. Crucial cabinet meet and CLP meeting scheduled on Thursday. Government jobs likely to dominate both meets. Goa petrol pump owners fear setback due to delay in restarting fuel pipeline at Vasco. Supply of kerosene may get affected. Minimum 10% shortage to continue every day. Zuari Industries serves notice to 387 employees. Agitated labourers carry out morcha in Panji. Town and Country Planning Department approves regional plans for Tiswadi, Bardes, Murgaon and Salset. Eco-tourism zones in Salset. No ODPs except in PDA areas. Goan Taekwondo trio of Chandan Lakra, Aman Kumar and P. Anand in the fray for London Olympics. Goa dominate West Zone Championships, winning 93 medals. And Tilak Stadium may get roofing. GFA President Srinivas Dempo thanks Prudent for highlighting Tilak plight. Now the news in detail. Thursday is going to be a big day for the government and the Congress party as a crucial cabinet meeting and an important Congress legislature party meet are scheduled on the same day. CM Digambar Kamath is back from Delhi, whereas GPCC President is still camping in the national capital. The issue of government jobs is expected to dominate both the crucial meetings of the ruling party.
The situation in Congress is volatile and the party is facing two important meetings on Thursday. One is the cabinet meet and another one is the meeting of Congress legislature party. Both the meetings are expected to witness some heated arguments on the issue of government jobs. Some of the cabinet ministers have confirmed to Prudent that regularization of more than 1,000 employees working with government on contract is on cards. Most of these jobs will be allotted to Power Department and the PWD. Surprisingly, agenda of meeting was not circulated to many ministers till late Wednesday evening. Meanwhile, CM is back in the state from Delhi. GPCC President, however, is still in the national capital. Subhash Shirokar, while speaking to Prudent, confirmed that he had talks with Goa desk in charge of Congress, Jagmeet Singh Brar, regarding forthcoming election and the process that party needs to follow while strategizing poll tactics and tickets.
Okay,
sir.
Organization matters of the So we are in the election process,
Okay, sir.
So we are going for.
Okay, sir.
So the election
On the other hand, Jagmeet Singh Brar confirmed that he will be down in Goa after 25th September to settle down the unrest among Congress activists.
So some of the congressmen were angry because of the induction of Patnekar.
That I will come and review after 25th, 26th में आके review करूँगा.
So when probably you are visiting Goa, sir?
या वो अभी मैंने date नहीं दिया है, तो मैं आपको बता दूँगा. But it is due. I have to be there now.
When questioned about any leadership change, Brar dismissed any such move.
Leadership गोवा में leadership change के बारे में कुछ हुआ ऐसा कुछ
सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता. काहे के लिए? क्यों?
CLP is also expected to experience heated arguments on the issue of ministers using sanctioned government jobs to lure opposition MLAs. Some ministers say that cabinet will sanction more jobs to pacify some of the heavyweight ministers. Whip for the forthcoming assembly session will also be issued in the meeting. With bureau inputs, our reporter from Panji, Basuri Desai.
Petrol pump owners in Goa have expressed fear that delay in restarting fuel pipeline at Vasco would affect Goan industry and local consumers in a big way. Naphtha fire incident at Vasco has also affected supply of kerosene to consumers. Both Hindustan and Bharat Petroleum are experiencing shortage of kerosene. IOC has agreed to give kerosene to both the companies, but ration consumers will have to wait to get kerosene quota.
Hindustan and Bharat Petroleum are already feeling a pinch of shortage of petrol and diesel. But besides petrol and diesel, they have shortage of around 8,60,000 liters of kerosene during this month. Indian Oil Corporation in next 3 days is expected to supply kerosene to both the companies. Some kerosene dealers have got their monthly kerosene quota, but rest will get their kerosene quota only when both the companies get their supply from Indian Oil Corporation. Naphtha fire incident has barely affected supply of kerosene, diesel and petrol to HP and BP. According to Petrol Pumps Association, around 35% of existing petrol pumps went dry on 19th and 20th of September. State's fuel requirement is more than 13 lakh litres a day. Of this, HP and BP requirement is 9 lakh litres. During tourist season, demand for fuel touches 15 lakh litres per day. Both these companies are not successful in meeting their requirements. According to sources, HP and BP are incurring huge cost in bringing fuel from Meerut and other places. Sources say government has not agreed to the demands of oil companies to increase the cost of petrol and diesel per litre due to this rise in transportation cost. IOC has agreed to give HP and BP over 2 lakh litres of fuel every day from their Vasco depot. Rest 7 lakh litres of fuel would have to be managed by both the companies on their own. Petrol pump owners say let government do the investigation in Naphtha fire incident, but for the sake of common man, let government start this fuel pipeline for kerosene and diesel.
म्हणून आम्ही सरकारकडे अशी विनंती केली की आज सगळे पंपाचेर डिझेल मेळना, जे काही केरोसीन तर हिंदुस्तान आणि पेट्रोलियम आणि भारत पेट्रोलियमचे जे लोक डीलर आसा तांकां गेले म्हयनोभर तांकां अजून कोटा मेळूंक ना. म्हणटकूच सकयल्या लेवलचे खूब लोकांची सफरींग सुरू जाल्या. म्हणून आमी एक तांचे कडेन रिक्वेस्ट केल्ली की तुमी ही पायपलायन सरकारान जाता तितले बेगीन रिस्टोर करून डिझेल आणि केरोसीन तातूंतल्यान सुरू करचें आनी नाफ्ताची इन्क्वायरी तशीच चालू दवरची आणि तुमची इन्क्वायरी कंप्लीट करतोच मागीर त्या पायपलायनीचो कितें उपयोग जाता तो तांणी करचो.
Our senior reporter from Panji, Rakesh Kanulkar, with video journalist Sarvesh Veuskar.
Zuari Industries has served notices to 387 employees after they laid off 900 contract labourers. Agitated labourers held a protest march at the capital city on Wednesday. They are demanding justice as they were laid off without prior notice. On the other side, ZIOTL have started repairs of Naphtha pipeline for testing.
Production work at Zuari Industries has been stalled from the last 2 months. This is following closure of the Naphtha pipeline. There is no supply of ammonia and phosphorus to the industry. As a temporary measure, Zuari Industries has suspended its workers from services. The employees are distressed as they were suspended without any prior notice. They held a morcha in Panji to protest and seek justice. They also met the Labour Commissioner.
कामगारांक दर दिसाचो पगार फुल पगार तांकां मेळचो पडटलो हे आमी सांगूंक शकता. ताबडतोब ह्यो ले ऑफ फाटी घेवचो, नाजाल्यार हे आंदोलन आनी तीव्र जातलें आनी आमी एकठांय येतले आनी आमी दुसऱ्या आख्ख्या गोंयभर आमी चळवळ करतले.
Meanwhile, Zuari Industries has started its procedures to lay off more 387 employees. 2 months' notices are being served to these employees. Zuari has intimated about this notice to the Labour Commissioner on Tuesday evening. Commissioner has now called a meeting of Zuari Industries Management and Employees Union on Friday. On the other side, Controller of Explosives from Nagpur has submitted a report to Zuari Oil Tanking Limited to flush the Naphtha pipeline on Wednesday. ZIOTL has commenced work to repair the Naphtha pipeline. The officials of COE examined the pipeline. This process will take 3 to 4 days. The officials will then, on trial basis, flush the pipeline, examine it and submit a report on security of the pipeline for further use. Presently, officials have denied to comment on the issue. Due to closure of Naphtha pipeline in Vasco, there is shortage of petrol in the state. Zuari Industries and workers of the industries are affected tremendously due to the closure. Efforts are on at different levels to start the Naphtha pipeline, but no authority is guaranteeing security of the pipeline. Our reporter in Panji, Jason Suarez, with video journalist Sushant Pal.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.
जय